opposites of the shotgun and the railgun really make you as the down player without the rail rely on being able to trap out your opponent, make a close range fight happen at the armors, get out of there without taking too much damage and not really exposing yourself or allowing too many opportunities for that rail to stab you in the back, or a rocket for that matter. CZM is going to be taking Fleischer down. He was almost able to get out of there with his hide intact, but not quite. CZM will be picking up some armor here, pulling off an RJ, which will be a nice play, especially as it kind of changes up the distancing, changes up the angle, and gives Fleischer a different fight than he was anticipating. Nice rockets, though. Fleischer's able to do enough damage to take down CZM, but with the 50 health being on that side of the map, the rest of it being in the center atrium, he's going to be A-okay coming back into the next fight. Mega in 40, so Fleischer has quite some time before he's really able to make a fight for that. He might finally be able to pick up a rail here.
So far, speaking of rails,
all the accusations. Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, all the accusations of this map being aim, it puts a lot of focus on the railgun, but it also puts a lot of focus on who has the railgun, who doesn't have the railgun. If you don't have the railgun, how do you get it without completely, exposing yourself? Or can you pull together frags with, rocket launcher and shoddy and plasma alone? So there's a lot more meta to this game by act of subtracting some factors and emphasizing others.
Well, this is what I'm really excited about. CCM being such an old school player, I think we're going to see him play this totally differently than pretty much anything that we've seen. Oh god, anything that we've seen on Vertical Vengeance throughout the history of Quake Live TV. And the reason why I'm saying that is because his understanding of where his opponent is and his ability to avoid Fleischer when he wants to and then attack Fleischer and catch him off guard when he wants to, right now is just phenomenal, and we're really seeing, I think this is just going to be a matter of experience here. CZM is going to be extending this frag count, honestly, right at the halfway point, but mentally, I'm just seeing that CZM is outplaying Fleischer. Yeah, CZM's aim isn't, perfect by any means, but Fleischer at this point, he just doesn't know what the hell to do, and CZM's like, I can play this in my sleep, so you're going to die a lot. Enjoy.
Indeed, Fleischer's going to have to fight for this rocket launcher, and CCM bouncing him right across the end of the room and nailing him down with the sweet rocket. So CCM very strong right now. He's got every weapon he needs in order to deal with Fleischer. Fleischer, though, with the railgun, maybe he can create some distance here and get some damage in. Unfortunately, 50 health will be available to him on the lower part of the indoor atrium. CCM taking one more rail, but at this point, he's still okay. He's still hanging on to things all right here. So CCM coming back over to top YA. Fleischer will be able to nail in quite a lot of plasma, holy shit, and CZM down to 17 health. This is going to be a very, very tenuous fight for both of these guys right now, but Fleischer can't quite get through the teleporter before taking a rail to the noggin.
Right off the spawn, Fleischer is able to collect himself a railgun and fire it off at just the right time to take down CZM, and of course this is a map where you can force quite a few spawn frags. CZM now, again, look, he dodges the rail. He knows that Fleischer really wants to keep CZM away from the railgun. He's able to get into this center area here, but now he's got to time it, waiting for the shot to come and give himself an exit. So far he's been able to dodge several railguns. Now, more importantly is that if you go and take a look at the rail ammo, Fleischer is having to expend everything here. He's down to 7 shots, which means he has to drop in at some point to get more ammo. He's going to do it here. And then, of course, that also does... wow, one beautiful rocket from CZM. Fleischer not even looking for it, but that does keep the railgun away from CZM for the next 15 seconds. Let's take a look at CZM. 3 rockets to his name, 50 armor. Fleischer really trying to keep away with that railgun now. He wants to turn this into a comeback. We're going to stick with Fleischer for just a minute. Continues to try to control the rail. Nice play by Fleischer here, I think. This is a very smart play by him.
I like the distancing that CZM is pulling together here. Fleischer is trying to make a push in for this armor. It's going to be very tentative for him, but he's going to be able to get away without taking too much damage after the fact. That means a full
CZM is real,
of armor for him. Yeah, so does Fleischer. So it's going to be a fight at this point with that. Fleischer up on top. He's looking for CZM to poke out his head. But really, one of the fun things about this map is the angle shots and kind of the out prediction. CZM looking for one. He's not going to be getting that, opening up YA to Fleischer, as is the other one. And CZM a little bit weak on the weapons with nothing but MG. He's finally switching back over to his railgun, doing enough damage to force Fleischer out of there. Fleischer's expecting a drop down to the 50 health, and I think CZM's looking for it.
He goes center atrium instead. Yeah. Again, you know, I think CZM is just showing us that he has the greater knowledge on this map. Fleischer probably has the better aim between these two, though, especially when CZM, honestly, he's not looking very warmed up to me, and that could really spell doom for him as we move further throughout these group stages. 13-6, though, is a nice solid lead as we hit a minute and 30 on the clock. And so I think that's going to be enough of a buffer for CZM to hold on and collect a win on T4. Of course, we are going, DM13 next, I think it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on to Dismemberment, I believe, as the tiebreaker, if we do indeed need it. Fleischer coming out strong with a pretty good initial rocket. CZM backs off again, 13-6, though. 1 minute left to go. I think 7 frags in 1 minute is quite a tall order. If it was 8 frags, 2 minutes, as Maddox can attest,
this is
can be done.
In T4 land, this is not a huge score for CZM to take this one by. Fleischer's maintained a fairly decent stack, a fairly decent amount of frags himself, but CZM, yeah, he's been backing out a lot of these fights while lashing out with damage every single time, and every single one of these yellow armors has been a tough fight for Fleischer. I mean, he's been getting almost nothing for free. CZM, with 13 health, pulls together 1 frag, and that might be the cherry on top as we conclude first map being T4. I'm sorry, Vertical Vengeance. That's a habit I'm never ever going to get into. But next up is going to be DM13, aka Lost World.
Especially typing into the console a call vote, that really kind of, I mean, it took me long enough to get used to the QZ stuff rather than Q3, but of course we are watching the first map of Vertical Vengeance wind down. CZM took it handedly, 14-6, but we're heading off to DM13, where again I think CZM will have the advantage of experience under his belt, but Fleischer I think will be a lot more comfortable there. He'll be without his rail, but I think his aim will have some more opportunities to shine, because we'll see less of a control of the railgun from either player. There being no railgun on this map, but on this map you don't really see a lot of control of weapons. You know what I mean? So like you might see a temporary denial of the LG depending on spawn or something like that, but it's nothing like on T4 where we just saw Fleischer took quite some time to keeping the railgun away from CZM. We won't see anything.
Right. But, there can be quite a bit of, capitalizing on somebody rushing out for rocket launcher right off of the spawn. So that is a factor, but rocket launcher comes up, 5 seconds later, so it's not exactly controllable, but it is exploitable as a position. Yeah,
the position really is what matters in that case. And we're watching these guys warm up here on Lost World, aka DM13. We've got the second map between Fleischer and CZM. Now, I also want to point out something that I think is really, really important to mention, and that is that please head over to nationalesl.com and head over to the post about these group stage matches, and you can basically give us your predictions about who you think will win at the end of each day, both today and tomorrow evening's play. And that is one great way to get yourself premium ESL. So you can win yourself premium ESL by doing so. Go check out the page. The sort of rules for this little contest are there on the page, and give us your predictions in the comments section of nationalesl.com. We have gone live. Fleischer, straight from the start, has an LG and out to center of the map with a rocket launcher. CZM has himself red armor and gets away. Fleischer doing damage, though, not much on the exit. CZM is up to a full 200 health as he got the mega health as well. Jahar, I love being live on my favorite map. I can't be happier right now watching
But
CZM and
Fleischer right
Fleischer.
now. Oh, totally. But Fleischer, he really didn't get anything out of those first few seconds. And wow, yeah, the amount of damage that came out of CZM there, definitely shoving Fleischer down on his rear leg. But on that rear leg, he's able to pick up a red armor. But oh, getting pushed against the wall by CZM on the move to Mega. It's not like CZM had a great stack after that, but opportunity for sure. CZM took Fleischer down a dark, long alleyway, and only one man came out on top. 1 minute off of this thing, but CZM's already got a frag up on the board. And it's going to be a bit of a meta play here for the next bout of items.
Yeah, I'm still fawning over the
Fleischer will have a lot to
20%
work with.
plasma accuracy in that opening minutes, and of course the 47% LG accuracy doesn't hurt either. A lot of spam of rockets, keeping it at about 15% for the opening minute 30 here. CCM collecting yet another Mega, and Red is there for the taking. He wants to corner Fleischer first, and does so extremely well. He's going to be able to collect both this yellow and the red armor, and that will keep Fleischer guessing for any sort of stack. He will have one armor to his name that CZM might go and steal from him. CZM knows that's really the only place for Fleischer to get anything. Oh my god, he's got everything. FML Fleischer. Hi, I've got shards. I got shards.
Well, Fleischer didn't start with anything either. I mean, yeah. Shards. But Fleischer's going to do a little bit of damage out here, but CZM has no reason not to really go aggressive here. And wow, even wanted to find Fleischer back here in the corner. Oh, there's his foot. I see you.
Boo. Yeah. Oh, it's great to see the master at work here. Now, again, though, I think it's really going to come down to how warmed up can CZM get in terms of aim, because clearly he is outthinking Fleischer. Fleischer, being a newer player to Quake Live, made his digs, made his name known in the QuakeCon 2008, where he won, excuse me, 2009 rather, where he won the Open tournament, beating out Hardup. And since then has done an extremely good job making a name for himself on various CTF teams. But he has continued his dueling throughout. But as you can see, when it comes to these older maps, CZM is just able to use his experience to just, I mean, honestly, he's just swinging around a rather large piece of meat, and Fleischer at this point can't even duck fast enough. So.
Yeah, Fleischer, even at this point, he's barely holding on to a yellow armor stack. I mean, it's not working out for him very well here. He's got the 1, 2, and 3 now, but coming out of this, forcing this fight is going to be very, very risky for him. He's going to be able to shove him out, get him on down, pick up a 50 health, and still without the armor.
Hot burn, baby!
What?
CCM only had 9 health. And he kind of slipped into the lava there. So, yeah, Fleischer actually really muscled in, and again, it comes back to the aim issue, where, you know, Fleischer, honestly, he does have better aim than CZM, but at this point, you know, being the frag count being what it is, CZM's just smarter and more experienced on this map. But I think if Fleischer can figure out a way to keep CZM guessing and can get a step ahead, like there, that was actually really fortunate for CZM that the rocket was just a little bit low and didn't clip the stair or smash into CZM's knee there. That was really kind of fortunate. Defending against Mega, I like the play by Fleischer to go aggressive, and he will pick up his first frag. Nice.
That rocket that you were fawning over as far as CZM's ability to dodge, the fact that Fleischer was able to use that rocket less as a damager and more as just a little bit of area control, that is the kind of play we need to start to see from Fleischer, because the opening couple minutes of this, Fleischer was, you know, he was on holiday. He was wearing his Hawaiian shirt around the map. There wasn't a lot going on from him, but now he's definitely starting to sink his teeth in a little bit more. Fleischer up on top right now. 5 seconds left to red armor. He's the one in position for it. As we're halfway through this, Fleischer's only down by 1 frag. Definitely a different story from T4. Hopefully, he can give us a different ending as well. A little bit early for Mega, but going back in for it. CZM won't be there for the attack this time, largely because, well, CZM's had to depend on yellow armors for the past minute or so here. But 1 is up. And I'm kind of surprised that CZM isn't there. Fleischer looks a little surprised himself. He's thinking, all right, this has got to be a trap. I know a trap when I see one. I've been to those countries, but
Yes. He's seen what happened to Admiral Akbar.